Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kidding. Hey guys, hi. Glad to be back here, and glad you're back as well. Well, since you're watching this with me. But today, again, we are in our little purge of my tabs here. I did clear a few tabs, like I think 3 or 4 in the last day. Some of them were just like repeats of like video, not duplicates, right, of tabs. But yeah, some of them were like repeating in terms of topic, which I'm not gonna watch multiple, like, I don't know, stuff like people laughing at like Insta reels. Like 3 tabs of those. Anyhow, welcome back. Hi. We are purging our tabs again. Sorry, not my tabs. And today we are checking out the channel The Wild Waffle. That's a fun name actually. Whoa, that's the first time I read that. Okay. The Wild Waffle, okay. So we're gonna be checking out what seems to be perhaps a series. Perhaps, right? Perhaps. I don't know if it actually is, because this is the first video I've got that I just saved this in my tab. Because like I don't know, it's been sitting here for like maybe 2 months or more, because I got curious. I'm like you know, humans are weird, right, on injuries, but I think this is that type of trope in where they're looking at it from like an alien's perspective, right? And sure, to an alien, our bodily functions would really look weird, right? Anyhow, let's get into this. We are, by the way, we're watching this, right? This, humans are weird, injuries, along with this, because this is a bit too short, right? Along with this, humans are weird, antibiotics. Let's get into it, bro.
Captain Karim scuttled down the corridor as fast as he could. He had just got word that Kate, one of the...
Oh my god, is this like, are they reading a copy pasta? Oh, that would be, well, not copy pasta. You get what I mean. Like one of those, like, I don't know, what's that thing called? I forgot what it is. Is it a series or some sort of post? I forgot what it is. I think it's called Humans Are Space Orcs. I forgot the name, but like it was months ago, yeah. But it is a super fascinating topic. Even though, like, yes, it is just about humans and stuff.
The 3 humans on the crew had sustained major head injuries.
Holy.
From the brief report he had been sent, Human Kate, as well as one of the other humans, Vincent, had been spending their allotted recreation time playing what they called baseball. It was something they often did. It consisted of the 2 of them throwing a small white ball back and forth at each other at high velocity. It didn't seem like it was much of a game, but the humans assured Karim that an actual game of this baseball was a favorite pastime among their kind.
Oh, yes.
Typical that such a dangerous activity would be considered a human pastime.
Of course.
According to the report, there had been a slight miscalculation on Kate's part of the trajectory of the ball. Instead of landing in her...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this. Obviously, we're humans here, right? Right? Am I correct? Anyhow, I mean, I know you guys probably know how fucking hard humans will cheer for, like, I don't know, like 2 dudes like like caving each other's face in with like I don't know, a fighting match of some sort, right? And then they're throwing these like either kicks or punches. Like, people will cheer that so much. So technically, yes, it's a pretty favorited like pastime.
Love, it hit her in her face.
Ooh.
Her face. Karim had not yet lost a member of his crew on any
I'm drinking coffee right now.
A fact he was very proud of. He was not going to lose that record because of a human game of all things.
You go intervene.
He spotted Demfar, the crew's medic, hard at work.
Okay.
Demfar, how is she?
He could see the answer to his question as soon as he asked it. Human Kate
just a
lay
black
on the
eye.
bed. Her face looked almost unrecognizable.
She's fine. It's a little black eye.
Her cheekbone and brow were so swollen he couldn't even see her left eye. Alarming shades of blue and purple were spreading across the left side of her face.
By all things bright and shining, Human Kate, stay with us. You're going to pull through.
Karim wasn't
This is like voice acted as well. This is hilarious. I love this already.
sure about that last part, but
How we
it
looking,
seemed
Doc?
like the right thing to say. It was positive, reassuring to both him and Kate.
Sure.
It was a lie, nonetheless.
How long
Yeah.
does she have left to live?
Karim tried to send the question
She's
to Demfar
fine.
silently, mentally willing the question to the medic's brain.
Come on.
He didn't want to ask out loud. It was rude to speak about death in front of the dying.
That's true.
Neither Karim
That's
nor
fair.
Demfar possessed.
Yeah. Dude, if you're in an ill condition, I'm sure Kate here is fine. It's just a black eye, right? Unless like she actually sustained some sort of concussion. In which case, if it's like first degree or whatever, I suppose it's fine, right? But like any repeated trauma is usually, from what I've heard, like people on like the medical field are like with the first concussion, they're already like, oh shit, okay, like cut it out. Whatever you're doing that caused that, cut it out. Give it like few months, right? And then they're usually like that. But like when you tell them about I had a second or third like stage concussion. Oh no, what was it? Does it I forgot what it is. I think it's the one where you're completely blacked out. Is the third degree concussion. Like, oh yeah, no. We're laying you off, bro. You gotta lay off for like a year or something. Or at least, if not that, at least half a year. Right? I'm sure she's fine, unless like, again, concussion.
Telepathic.
Also, yeah, if you're, dude, imagine you're like actually like not Kate in this area, right? But imagine if you're sustaining actual like life-threatening injury, and let's say, I don't know, let's say you're poisoned, right? And then they're like, "Oh my God, like, dude, you're gonna die. Oh my, like, you're gonna die, bro. It's not gonna help."
Abilities, but Demfar seemed to pick up on the question anyway.
Fair.
The humans have explained the situation to me. Human Kate will make a full recovery. As soon as I'm finished checking the signs of concussion, I will mend a few of the capillaries, and she will be free to go. The contusions and swelling should be gone in a few days. Here you go. Apply some of this whenever you get a chance.
Nice.
Karim wasn't sure if he'd heard the medic correctly. A day or two? Full recovery, free to go. That
Yes.
Demfar looked at the patient. He knew humans were hardy, but
If this guy is a sort of insectoid, sorry if that's a slur. That would be hilarious, right? Speciest slurs. Uh, I don't know if it's an actual word. I think it is, but like speciest is like when you have like this sort of elitism or elitism. I forgot what the term is, but you have this sort of superiority when it comes like or like what's it called? This sort of superiority, because like, okay, let's say you're a human, right? You're not gonna let's say you don't consider other like aliens or whatever, and you just only humans only because what's that one racist like catchphrase? Um what something something about we protect each other or whatever, like because we're the same kind. I don't know. Like you get the idea, right? But if he is like a sort of like insect type body, those usually don't recover well from like bruises and stuff. You've seen it with, well, obviously, can they? Yeah, sure, but like most of the time, a bit too delicate. Unless you're at this size, which, okay, maybe we can work with that.
surely these wounds, the head trauma.
Right.
The report said the ball the humans had been playing with had been traveling an estimated 86 glots per segment. An injury like that would have killed most species.
What? What about...
Oh yeah, you forget the fact that like our skin is, it's not leathery, right? But it does have some elasticity, so. Hello, impact absorption.
her eye? Will she be able to see out of it again?
Yeah.
If not, it probably won't affect the game any. What happened to you being the starting catcher back home? You can't even keep your eye on the ball.
You shouldn't have thrown it if I wasn't looking, you chucklehead. I was
True.
distracted. Bet
True.
was on fire.
That is a booker. They're always on fire.
You check out. You're free to go. Don't forget to apply these creams regularly. You're still going to have a couple dark marks on your face for a while.
Fair enough.
There's not much I can do about them at this point, I'm afraid.
Oh, just man, honestly, just let like a natural human recovery take place. That's
Grim
about it.
stood amazed. He knew
He's
humans were
fucking
tough.
shocked.
Their reputation
Standing there baffled.
was what had led him to eventually hire 3 onto his crew. What would have been a traumatic, life-threatening injury to many, humans just seem to see as an inconvenience. With a sigh of relief, he muttered a phrase which has become very popular since the humans had joined the Galactic Alliance.
Humans are weird.
I'm glad they're on our side.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Humans are even like broken bones. We can like just simply just casting the bone, right? Like I think they cover it in some sort of hard immobilizing thing, right? That's usually what they do, and then they let the bones just do their thing, remodel and like reconnect themselves, right? Obviously, like that's a huge simplification of the process, but yeah. Let's see the credits though. Let's let them roll a bit of the credits. I want like people to. Oh, are these? Oh, is it just 4 people that made this? This is great. Humans are weird. Cold and flu. Oh, but that's interesting as well. Oh my god, yo, comment below if you want more like this. I really want to like check out more of this stuff. Although I did say we were checking this out. Humans are weird. Antibiotics. All right, so we have like I think antibiotics mainly like are for warding off infection, right? I think, right?
The courtyard wasn't.
Again, you know, I always like tell people I'm not an expert on any of this shit, like be it medical or ecological or the stuff I view on my channel. I am a bit of a yapster about because I'm super curious and I state what I kind of know, and I say kind of because like obviously I'm not always like I'm not gonna say like I know that this and that. No, I'm like I could think I know something, but you know I always leave people sort of a door that's open for them to sort of correct me. It's like why not? You know, let's have a nice discussion in the comments. I'm just here to be curious and learn about this fun stuff. The presentation as well is amazing.
Supposed to be empty.
What?
The courtyard wasn't supposed to be empty, especially not
Okay.
at this time of year. The Garuni Moon Festival usually brought visitors from around the world and from across multiple star systems right about now.
Multiple star systems.
Meant no bright banners were hung.
Are you guys shocked that that's gonna be just like a common catchphrase maybe 150 years from now? Oh, you know, just like we were visiting this like other star system, and the food is amazing, but I mean, you know, a few light years for that is a little much. It's kind of insane.
No music echoed cheerily through and around the corners and down the streets. There were no wafting scents of fresh fruits and fried breads. It was amazing and terrifying that something so small that it couldn't be seen had done all this. It was assumed that Ni immune systems were among the best in the galaxy, and other races had even requested to study how they were so effective.
Holy,
Those prideful
okay.
memories felt hollow
Nice.
now as Neondu pulled herself away from the dreary sight outside. As a new
Aw.
and reluctant head of the house, she had more pressing things to deal with than moping in the past.
I
Several
suppose,
members
yeah.
of her own family were still sick. 2 of her
Oh,
hatchmates had been
you
very
poor
touch
thing.
and go as of late. She slowly made her way to the cushions where they were sleeping to check on them. To her relief,
Aw.
she saw the soft blankets they were wrapped in rose and fell slowly.
Oh man.
She stood there, watching them for a bit in the gathering darkness of their shared humble abode. Mackie's breathing sounded like gravel stuck in a child's rolling
no.
skiffer.
What are we gonna do?
Andu's wide nose scrunched up as she begged the silent house.
What am I
Maybe this
supposed to
might
do
hit some of you like home for some
She
of you,
wasn't
and I'm
sure
sorry
how
for
long
that.
She stood there trying to think of everything and nothing all at once.
If you guys are like going through like something rough and you know, but like no one can really help you and you know, help you prop yourself, you like will you receive like some help, some assistance from an outside person or whatever that's outside of whatever situation you're in? Perhaps, but some of it you just really gotta wade through. Like it will suck. Promise you, bro. But you do have to just wade through some of them. Like trust me, and you know soon enough you'll be able to take a fresh breath, no matter how distant it seems. I get it.
It was a good while, though, and only interrupted when a small light turned on in the meal room.
Oh.
Andu looked up at the light streaming out of the door's archway. With a sigh, she gathered her strength to move again to see who was up.
Yeah, see?
As
There
she
you go.
approached, she heard small claws scrabbling
Steal
around
yourself.
on the stonework floor and storage pods opening and closing.
Whoa.
Sure enough, when she peeked in, Andu could see
Human?
little Piri shuffling through food
Oh,
storage pods
never
that
mind.
looked even less stocked than she thought they'd been.
Holy.
There were a few bottled foods and a few containers of ingredient prepped soup containers, but
Oh.
certainly nothing immediately ready for consumption.
I don't know why this is hitting me hard. I suppose I'm just able to somewhat like empathize with the situation this little goober is in, right? But man, I just want to get in the kitchen, whip up something, or like go to the store myself. Why is like her entire family sick? Oh man.
Ready-to-eat foods had been eaten long ago, or
Oh,
destroyed
man.
when they began to decay and grow dangerous molds.
Oh, okay.
And to a
Whoa,
small
whoa, whoa.
3-year-old knee, that basically meant there was no food at all.
Hey, Piri.
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Even though Andu had kept her voice quiet, little Piri still jumped and tucked his small thin tail like he was ashamed he'd been caught.
It's okay. You're fine. I
Yeah.
think
No shame in well. I don't know no shame in being hungry,
It's
bro.
time for
That's
me
just
too.
fair.
I'm sure everyone else would agree once they wake up and smell the food.
Andu smiled comfortingly and stepped into the room to pick up one of the soup packs.
There's not much left.
Piri's small voice was so sad and only made the words
Oh my god, what is happening, bro?
themselves feel sharper to Andrew's hearts. She tried to think of something she could say to make their situation seem less dire, but nothing came to mind. Instead, she scooped up Piri's small form.
You know what? Human visits. You transmit the virus onto them with research consent, of course, or scientific consent, I suppose. They build up an immunity to it. You get the immunity from them, inject it onto yourself, and then you're calm. That's not as simple as it sounds, but I'd like to think it is.
And waited until his thin arms latched securely around her scruff before she walked over
You
to
poor
get a pot
things.
to cook
What is
in.
going on in this
She was
household,
going to
man?
have to add quite a bit of water to this if it was going to make enough for everyone.
Yeah.
Cooking, even making something simple, helped ease Andu's mind. There was a sense of normalcy in standing in front of a firebox and stirring a bubbling pot of soup.
Firebox.
She
Yeah.
tried to ignore how thin it was. Still, the smell made her feel warm, and it must have wafted across the house as she could soon
Yeah.
hear the telltale signs of her hatchmates waking up.
Sorry for the yap, but I heard like 65% of eating, or at least the process of it, is like the smell of food. Like aside from your like the most obvious common denominator, right, which is your taste buds. I just heard that from somewhere. Don't know how true it is, but seems pretty true.
She gathered bowls and filled each
Like your
one.
nose reacts
Lowering
really
Piri
strongly.
back down, she handed the young knee a bowl and carried the rest to the cushions where the rest of the family was waking up. They ate together slowly, trying to make the contents of their bowl last, and talking quietly about anything they could to distract themselves from their situation.
Fair enough,
Mackie
man.
was recalling a story from 4 lunar years ago when Andu had entered a fried bread pastry into a competition.
I did like eating all the attempts up to the
Between
festival.
Mackie's coughing and Andu's interjection to defend herself, the story kept getting interrupted. She'd worked on that recipe for her pastry for so
Crazy.
long, and she was so proud of it. But the night before, something went wrong when she was making her entry.
What is
Whether it
what?
was nerves, exhaustion, oversight, or Gentala
Oh,
above
man, what
forbid,
happened?
sabotage, it went very wrong.
Oof.
From the way Mackie described the judge's reaction, one might have thought Andu had purposely tried poisoning them.
Damn,
As
that
everyone
bad?
chuckled, Mackie claimed he still had the video recording from the competition
Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
and pulled it out,
somewhere.
much to Andu's chagrin. Andu pretended to be exasperated by the teasing, but really, she was just glad everyone felt good enough to laugh
Yeah,
again.
yeah, that's fair.
It took a while before she and the others
This is a super rough episode of whatever we're watching, man.
noticed that Mackie hadn't pulled up the video. Instead, his eyes locked on the comm tablet screen.
That kid?
Yeah?
What's going on?
Whoa, whoa,
Are you
whoa, whoa,
okay?
whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you good, bro?
They're coming to help.
Who are you talking about? Who's
Oh shit, we're arriving, bro!
coming?
Mackie tapped something
Why am I so hyped for a bunch of humans arriving?
on screen with the pad of a finger, and a holographic projection
Look at
display
that.
rose up.
Oh, that's cool. They have okay.
Everyone
Holotech.
watched enraptured by the newscast. It was about humans. From halfway across the galaxy,
Hello,
they heard
hello.
about the new
Wait, oh my god! what have we done to reach this? What the fuck?
plight.
That's
And
cool.
had come claiming
Halfway
they
is-
had a cure.
Oh my god,
They were
man.
offering aid and resources to run tests and make sure their medicine was safe and effective for new use, and make alterations to it if needed.
Yeah.
They were even claiming they'd help distribute
I wouldn't say it's a miracle cure, but like generally, when we discover antibiotics, man. Whew, listen, bro. Dr. Stone teaches you a lot.
the finalized cure
I watched
at the
that
moment
before.
it
It's
was
a fun
given the
anime.
go-ahead. In the meantime, they
Near
were also
Homeworld.
sending ships of food and supplies. And you could feel the back of her throat tighten. Was this real? Did she dare hope? There'd been so many reports about help being promised. Well, not help to this extent, but help nonetheless.
Yeah,
They'd
yeah,
ended
yeah.
up just being for show and were proven empty once those who offered realized how impossible the situation was. But humans? She'd heard they were tough and stubborn.
Oh my god, yes. What- I'm sorry, I'm just glazing our kind right now. Oh, human species. But like, yeah, you wanna like hear of a tough human, dude? Just like ask around, like even just like I don't know, a local human in some what's the term? Whatever. Ask a human in some like a local human in whatever town, whatever city you can find yourself in. They'll tell you one tale of like, well, not one tale, right? But they'll tell you a tale they know. Usually, a human knows a tough human, right? Typically.
They were stubborn enough to see their promises through. The embarrassing video of Andu's failed pastry was long forgotten. The conversation instead jumped between wild rumors her family had overheard about humans and speculation
Lock
about
in,
how
lock
long it would take
in!
for the humans to
Oh my
actually
god, I'm
lend
low-key
aid,
hype.
if they were really coming at all.
Yeah, fair.
Andu could see a shimmer in the eyes of her hatchmates as they spoke that she hadn't seen in a while. Although
That's
she
good.
wished she could feel the same optimism, she could also see how quickly they were all tiring out. Once the meager meal was finished, she stood to gather the now empty bowls. She noticed Piri quickly scrape a finger along the side of his bowl to snag any last morsel before she came along to collect it.
Gentala above,
She prayed mentally.
help truly is coming. Send it along soon.
With bellies
Yeah, we
no
gotta
longer
help. We gotta help. Bring me on that ship.
empty, everyone settled in, and soon the room was full of sleeping or near sleeping knee. Andu slept fitfully.
Oh,
She
I'm
dreamed,
sleeping in
but it was
beanbags.
fractured and confusing. Even
Yeah.
before the disease came, she had a hard time remembering her dreams once she woke up. It was near impossible now. She did remember a loud humming noise, though. And as she blinked her eyes and lifted her head, she realized the humming was still there. She
Whoa,
rose and searched
what's
for the
going on?
source. It almost sounded like engines.
Oh,
That had to be impossible. The quarantine. She looked out the window. Dried sickle leaves were flying around
Quarantine,
wildly
huh?
as a large shuttle slowly came in for a landing.
hello.
In the courtyard. Apparently, it managed to wake up Piri, who nearly made Andrew jump when he bumped into her side while trying to climb up for a better view out the window.
What's
Hey,
going
kid.
on? Who's outside?
I'm not sure yet.
They both
Imagine the Viltrumites pulled up. I'm kidding. That's just taking a darker turn. That is
watched the
unnecessary.
shuttle's door slowly work through the unsealing process. Across
Stand
the
ready
courtyard,
for
she
my
could see other
arrival.
Nee's faces peeking out of their windows. As far as she could tell,
Yeah, wow.
expressions
Everyone
seemed
is locked on this. I mean, fair enough. Some random spacecraft pull up on your neighborhood, bro. Of course, everyone's gonna look.
to range anywhere from fear to curiosity to. Was that hope? Had they seen the newscast last night? Did they think this was. There's no way the humans could be here already, right? They both watched intently as the doors finally opened.
The phrase "there's no way they could be here already," right? Reminds me of like the person who was like, I was like, I think what they said was they got to where they wanted to go earlier. Like, mind you, they were in a sort of flight, right? Well, whatever flight it may be, and she asked the pilot like, "Hey, like, how did we arrive sooner? Like, what happened?" And said pilot was like, I took a few shortcuts. Brother, we're in the sky! What do you mean, took a few shortcuts? Where?
And a ramp extended.
What the fuck?
Soon, a line of creatures she'd only seen on screens filed down, wearing yellow vests
Hello.
and hauling huge boxes in their arms or on carts they pulled behind them.
Nice.
It is the humans.
Peary yelled and jumped down from his perch. He ran to where everyone was stirring on the cushions.
Wake up! Wake up! The humans are here.
Andy wasn't sure if she should reprimand Peary for disturbing them or if she should join in. Instead, she watched as the humans in the courtyard started setting up stations and continued hauling load after load filled with what must have been hexaheaps of food, clean water, and various supplies.
Oh, yes.
She turned to look back at her family, who were trying to rise as fast as their weakened bodies would allow. Mackey began coughing violently and had to support himself against the wall. Andy went to help support him when a knock at the door startled everyone.
Oh.
They all stared at the old Chirowood door, then around at each other. It had been so long since quarantine had started, they'd almost forgotten what the knock on the door sounded like.
Yeah, that's fair. I nearly forgot. I nearly forgot they were in quarantine.
Pause. The knock came again. This time followed by a worried and drawn out,
"Hello?"
Hello?
Once she was sure Mackey was standing stable, Andu, being the least sick among everyone, walked to slowly opened the door. A human from the shuttle stood in the doorway. They were wearing a mask over their mouth and nose, but it was definitely a human.
That's
Good
a human.
evening.
Yeah.
My name is Dez. I'm part of the
What's up,
relief
Dez?
team that's been assigned to this district. We've got food and essentials to distribute, and I just need to know how many are in this household and if anyone's here in critical condition.
Andu blinked at the human for a moment as she took in what they'd said.
The little stance.
We have 3 adults and 1 child. There were more, but
Oh, you poor thing! There were more, but... that just paints a sad... Oh my god. This is a sad story, bro.
She couldn't finish that last sentence.
I'm sorry,
From the
bro.
look the human gave her, she didn't need to finish it.
I'm sorry.
Her sinuses stung as she fought not to cry. The first visitor in how long? And here she was crying in the doorway.
I get it.
So sorry for your loss. I wish we could have helped earlier. Is there anyone here in need of immediate emergency care?
Yeah,
At that
please,
point,
tell
Mackie
us.
started coughing again. Back to see him sit back down until his coughing died down.
none of us are great right now. Mackey's probably the worst out of all of us.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
sounds bad.
Like, the two of, like, them and then the kid, they're kinda, I suppose, kinda weakened. But no one's, like, coughing violently like Maki is,
He
I
has
suppose.
started to stabilize in the past few days.
The human gave a short nod and started writing something on a tablet in their hands.
Do you...
Tablet or a clipboard?
We heard a report last night about you. That you were coming. That you... Do you really have a cure?
Yes, we do.
Andu didn't need to turn around to know the effect that had on her family. She heard it. She felt
Holy.
it. This time, she didn't fight back the tears.
That's
right
good.
now,
That's
it's in the final
cry
stages of
away.
approval for need use. We're just waiting for the go-ahead, and we'll help distribute it as soon as it arrives. Until then, I've got some food and some supplies for you. I
Yeah?
can help you unload and unpack if you need.
Trust me, a body would like what? Hold on. Okay, a body that's like supplied, like most sorts of bodies, right? Whatever, maybe a spider, whatever you are. Most bodies that are supplied with at least like food, adequate food, and like hydration, usually would have a typical system that will like fight off weaknesses, right, and illnesses.
That would be... Thank you. Thank you so much.
Over the next few days, more shuttles came and went, bringing more supplies,
Nice.
food, tools, and, in general, a brighter
Let's
outlook and mood to the
go.
entire neighborhood. The humans really were here to help, and they seemed happy to do so. Not only were they good with their promises of aid, but they also delivered on the cure they said they had. Nee were instructed on the drug
yes.
use and administration directions thoroughly for both the tablet and liquid forms of the cure. The effects were quick, and from the reports on the
Nice.
newscast, overwhelmingly positive. The Nee were cured.
Nice.
The plague that had once threatened to wipe out their entire population was gone.
Was straight up gone.
Celebrations larger than even the Garuni Moon Festival were planned. Songs were written. Stories were shared and spread. It was wholly agreed on by all that this was a historic time in Ni history that they had all survived through. And I'll thank Gentala above for sending the humans to help. It went without saying that everyone wanted to know more about the cure itself.
Of course!
And that meant everyone. Not just the Ni, but the rest of the galactic community, who before...
Yeah. Oh my god, imagine the news on like galactical, like a galactical scale, bro. Like, you know, okay, they had an earlier conversation, right, about some people arriving but not being able to pull through on their promise once they, like, quote unquote, realized how dire it is, right, and whatnot. What's hilarious is the humans just came in, had these like masks, these like basic, what is it, non-contaminant? Not really. These basic like safety gear to prevent infection from them as well, and then they pulled up with these random pills and like these drugs as well to like administer to people. And that was just that. That was it. That was it. All of a sudden, they're cured. They're like, bro. Galaxy News must be like, whoa, we need to know more.
Written the Ni off as a lost cause.
Actually, ridiculous,
because of the
bro.
horrific disease. What was this miracle cure? What other things could it do? Where, by all that is bright and shining, did the humans get it? And could it be easily replicated?
Right.
The humans, for their part, were again as open and gracious with their information as they had been with their aid.
Oh, don't know how realistic that is, but hey. Hey, we'll give them some credit, though.
It was an old medicine they discovered long ago on their planet. Considered to be the first antibiotic, it was widely used on Earth and had saved millions of lives since its discovery. It worked by interfering with bacteria cell walls and destroyed them by causing them to burst. It was called penicillin.
Amazing.
Spectacular.
So simple.
Spectacular.
However did you discover this amazing drug?
The initial answer wasn't too surprising, for humans at least.
They just fucked around, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Dude, listen, most of the human discoveries, when you find out about them, it's really just like a bunch of like humans in like a specific field, like sort of researching, right? When we had a sort of not all there, but we had a sort of a fair info gathering on like what works and what doesn't, and what's like a dumb path to even pursue, right? But when we found out about when we find out about most of this shit that gets invented, most of the time it's a bunch of researchers going like, well, you know, what if we do this, and then, you know, okay, so if that's that, you know, and I combine it with this, would this result in question mark? Like, yeah, most of the shit, like, even like, sometimes they actually just accidentally happen. Let's say whatever scientist creates a accidental drug by waiting for a formula and then falling asleep by accident and then like having it exposed to like air, right? And then the next morning you look at it like from a microscope and then you get whatever evidence you need. That shit just works like accidentally sometimes.
And who almost snorted as she read the report to the rest of her family. Granted, the end of the plague was the first time any of them had come into direct contact with humans, but
yeah,
they all had heard many of the stories about human escapades. Wild experiments that on paper seemed more like drunken brainstorm parties that ended up advancing rocket fuel technology by at least 8 lunar years.
Yeah. Remember the time MFs was just, they didn't act. Dude, this is real, by the way, from what I know and what I've been told. Well, not what I've been told. I just see shit on the internet I'm curious about. But like, people in like, I don't know, the 1900s mainly were just like, I don't know, chewing on like not radon, what is it, radium. There's these like radium gummies. What am I right? And like they had these like uranium coated things that would like glow and whatever, right? The uranium glass thing. And like people would paint stuff like toys and whatever in lead, which led to, well, lead poisoning. I'm sorry if that was a mouthful, but yeah.
Crash landings on Category 3 death
So,
worlds.
sometimes we did do dumb shit.
And they ended up liking them so much that they decided to set up colonies.
Wow.
Half of what they did seemed to be mistakes that just went right for them. Apparently, the miracle drug penicillin was included in those stories. She looked up its history in manufacturing. Andu felt claws dance down her back as she read more. It came from mold? She looked up from the...
I've almost forgotten entirely about that part. Penicillin does come from the mold. What I forgot what the mold name is, but it's very slightly different from
tablet to the faces of her equally horrified hatchmates. It took them a moment to remember how to close their mouths.
You mean like mold on old bread?
Old bread. How many times had they not eaten bread fast enough in the warm, humid seasons?
Trust me, you do not want to eat just straight up penicillin like mold. There's a reason we actually manufacture it and whatever.
Only to pick up a bowl of bread and find mold growing on it. It was dangerous. It had to be carefully disposed of. It was able to save lives. She returned to the report.
It's almost ridiculous,
The more
right?
she read, the more comforted she became in the safety of the miracle antibiotic.
Of course.
That, and she couldn't argue with the results.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting there months later reading your report and you're nice and well, and then they tell you, oh, hey, by the way, our medicine is made with mold. And you're sitting there going, what? You can't really be outraged. You can be shocked, but not outraged, right? Because like you can't have a shock with a mix of rage when you're sitting there like months later after you took said mold eventually, like in the form of medicine, and it worked. It worked for you and your family.
Family was around her, loudly being altogether boisterous as they discussed the humans and all their ways they played with death in order to save life.
We're wacky.
Mackie snatched the tablet from her claws, wanting to read the report for himself.
Oh, he wanna read
as
that.
Andu was jostled by her now healthy, energetic family, she was just happy and eternally thankful that the humans were crazy enough to play with
such
something
a
as
heartfelt
dangerous as
story.
fungus, and then kind enough to share what they discovered.
Oh man, that was such a heartfelt
I want to
story.
give a thanks to these lovely humans on screen for providing voices and giving life to my characters.
Oh, cool.
You guys did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank
I also
you.
want to
Thank
give
you.
a special thanks and shout out to Kronos and Lugified Lemon for their support on
Oh.
coffee. May you always find drinking fountains that are cold and refreshing. And lastly, thanks for watching the video and for sticking around the end credits.
Thank
putting
you.
up with my voice right now. I've been sick for like the past forever. So thanks for putting up with that.
Just
I
got
hope
a
you're
good
taking
voice.
care of
Oh,
yourself.
okay.
You deserve that and so much more. Stay weird, you
I like
funky
how-
little human, and kind,
I like how you can see my hat in the the little channel thing.
and brave, and adaptable. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Oh my god, that's such a good video, bro. Oh my god. Bro, let's read a few comments. Hold on. Galactic community, this penicillin is amazing. We should give this out for everything. Human pathologist, horrified, screaming and sobbing. So the medical community would like to emphasize restraint. Wait, hold on. I'm sure this makes sense, but why? Wait. I need to look at the comments. Hold on. War flashback. Uh-oh. The joke is penicillin is made from bacteria that ironically forms due to laziness. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I mean, sure, if things get moldy. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I get it. The joke is that bacteria eventually develop resistance to penicillin, so they'd be making penicillin-resistant superbacteria on a galactic scale. Oh my god, no! That would be horrid! Oh my god, this is such a good series. Yo, let's watch more of this stuff. I'm subscribed and I'm liking it, guys. Please check out the original creators. Amazing people. No, the joke is antibiotic overuse creates super bugs. They're not wrong. they're not wrong. For viruses and whatever, like they honestly shouldn't even exist. They're sort of a mystery life form. But they do exist simply because they can. Oh my god, I can't resist. Should we watch this video? Traumatic brain injury. Humans are space orcs. Is this Is this the same one? Okay, if it's the same one, okay, hold on. I'm sorry, guys, I can't resist, bro. This stuff is so good. Oh my god. Hold on, we can't. I gotta watch a third video. I cannot. I can't resist it, bro. I cannot. Salted. Oh, like food? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Yo, what is this resolution? Hey, you did it so good. Wait, what? Nice. Oh yeah, I think this is the original guy. C.A. Schultz. 7277. Wait.
Krill had never actually met a human.
Wait. Is this the same one? Hold on.
Sort of thing. But more and more were coming in with
Humans were... Okay. No. This isn't the same story. I was trying to see if it's the first one.
Krill had never actually met a human.
Bear with me, guys.
Of course, he had heard about them. As a trauma doctor at the second largest...
Is this cinematic mode okay for you guys? I could turn it off in like future videos if you want, but yeah.
Just medical facility in the quadrant.
It's pretty nice.
They received many visitors and their stories from far across the galaxy.
All right.
The humans weren't a new topic of discussion. They had been around for a while and were slowly beginning to spread outward from their homeworld. Every day, more and more species were bringing stories of the strange predators.
Strange
it used to
predators.
Be the stories were told secondhand, a friend of a friend sort of thing. But more and more were coming in with supposed stories of personal encounters.
Ooh, I want to hear about it.
While the humans weren't a new topic of discussion, they were certainly a popular one. Every week it seemed another
They're crazy Deathworlders.
Thrilling story
What?
of the crazy Deathworlders.
Is that what we're
Krill
called?
doubted many of the stories. As a medical professional, he relied on hard science facts and was not prone to flights of fancy.
It's so fancy.
But one faithful solar cycle, he witnesses something that would change his opinion forever.
Oh boy.
It was a slow day. Most transports and stock ships had transferred out the day before, taking crews and accidents along with them.
Okay.
Crow floated aimlessly through the halls, checking on patients and occasionally sending a memo to a colleague. All this was easily done with 4 independent limbs and 4 separate cortical hemispheres.
Damn! Oh my god!
The lights in the building flashed suddenly red. Radio signals pulled against his lateral receptors as he turned to face down the hallway.
Alright, what's going on?
The radio signals morphed into a voice. Doctor, we have an emergency SOS from the USS Stabby requesting immediate medical assistance.
What's going on?
The words used were unfamiliar to Krill as he took the next hallway at
Species!
Species?
Oh, it's a human freelance ship.
Human freelance ship. If it
Humans.
weren't for his medical training,
Humans, bro.
he might have stopped in shock.
You know what's hilarious? Humans are like, oh my god, we would be so shocked to find aliens. Not really. The shock is mutual, bro.
Wait. Humans.
The shock really would be mutual. Let's be so real.
The radio signals morphed, and the lateral cortical zone of his right posterior unit decoded the image.
Okay.
The human was an odd creature. 10-unit tall bipedal endoskeleton with 2 attached cortical hemispheres, heavy carbon-based, running by a circular pump and a complex set of smooth muscular tubes. With advanced medical training and 4 cortical hemispheres, he knew enough at that moment to perform most any emergency medical operation necessary.
Sure.
Upon seeing the biomap, he was almost 100% sure these stories had been false. Floating to a stop in the main
it's about to get crazy,
unit,
bro.
He waited with 2 supporting staff as they listened to the roar of the ship's engines approach from the sky. Sanctum's rings. Their engines were loud. The doors ahead burst open, and 3 of the creatures rushed in, pushing a 4th in a wheeled chair.
Ooh.
Long waves of electromagnetic radiation indicated a burning red color, painting the front of the 4th creature.
Oh!
As a second thought, he quickly
blood?
flipped on his universal translator. It's going to be all right, Captain. You're going to be fine. Just don't move your head.
Okay.
Krill quickly noticed.
This would be like really fun. Oh my god, I want to read stories like this. This is fun.
Universal medical patch on the human's right upper limb. It must be an emergency if they were forced to bring him plainside, but blocked as he was, you could hardly see the fourth figure painted in slow waves, neck immobilized by a stiff foam collar.
Neck brace, yeah.
A figure beside was helping to hold the creature in an upright sitting position.
Oh, you poor thing. What did you get? What happened to you lot? What?
Stopping in the center of the room, the two men moved to make way.
Okay.
He had never seen a sight so gruesome.
Oh,
or if he had,
really?
it had only
Holy
been during
shit.
post-mortem examinations.
Yeah,
he
usually.
hoped the humans were not capable of picking up the high-amplitude shrill he let off upon sight. The human male sat very still on the chair, head tilted slightly back. Blood had dripped from his right ocular socket.
Oh my god! Right, so you right eye socket.
Edges of a sharp metal rod protruding from its center.
Oh wow!
Around him, the other humans were frantic, letting out terrified little wails as they looked on.
Oh my god!
A couple quick calculations. The rod would have pierced cortical tissue.
Yeah.
The human should be dead.
No, no. Dude, I've heard of a guy. This is an insane like line to read, right? It was some sort of news in some whatever country. I forgot what it was, but like the news was like man wakes up with like a knife in his head, and then he thought, mind you, he woke up and he just thought he's like, oh man, I got a really bad headache today. Like that's really what like apparently that was his initial thought, and then he finds that there is a fucking knife in his head. From his wife, apparently.
He had to be. If medical school had taught him anything, it was that brain injury was impossible to survive.
No.
Quickly, Krill threw off his horror and moved forward, expecting to find the human circular pump non-functional. But a quick scan showed the organ to be still pumping, and doing so at a low, rather of 66
that's like
beats.
sleeping.
How could this be? Hey, Doc. Krill nearly leaped from its skin as the spoke tight lips.
Spoke?
Very still, other eye opening to roll toward.
That's scary. Dude. If hold on, ocular tissue, pierced ocular tissue. Does that mean there's literally something piercing your eye? If that is the case, brother, how are you speaking? And very still other eye opening to roll towards him, blurry and out of focus. That is, I'm sorry, if you have never encountered a human before, that is horrifying. Someone stuck like whatever rebar in his eye, and he's like, starts speaking to you like, what the fuck? You're alive?
Towards him, blurry and out
Holy
of focus.
shit!
Another squeak of horror.
Oh my, I can't. This is amazing.
Kid, do you help me out here? I think I got something stuck in my frontal lobe. He suddenly didn't know what to do
Frontal
with his
lobe.
hands. What madness was this? Not only was the human not dead, but he was speaking.
Speaking, which means like his language centers are still up and running. They're firing off nicely.
Impossible!
Oh my god!
Captain, please
Dude,
don't.
this is so entertaining. I love this so
Doc,
much.
The other human begged.
Oh
Just
my
listen
god.
to me for a sec and stop freaking out. I'm the one with this damn thing sticking out of my brain. The
Okay,
group-
wait. I'm gonna act this at least. Just listen to me for a sec. Stop freaking out. I'm the one with this damn thing sticking out of my brain. I suppose we would add a little more rasp and, I don't know, tiredness and exhaustion, maybe like fatigue in the voice. I mean, the guy got a thing stuck in his eye, I suppose.
Around him grew quiet. Krill moved forward, doing a slow examination.
Okay.
Do you feel pain? He asked in shocked curiosity.
No! Oh, holy shock. This guy's in shock or
The
something.
human's one good eye squinted thoughtfully. No.
No.
How can... The other doctor looked at him. The human brain can shut off pain when needed. He will feel it more when the shock wears off.
Yes!
You can
Yes.
shut off pain? Thank
Thank the Lord.
The eyeless human muttered quietly.
Oh, thank the Lord.
How did I get an accidental lobotomy? What's a
What is a lobotomy? I forgot, that's not really known.
lobotomy? We will talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Turns out, Krill would rather not have known what a lobotomy was. Barbaric.
Yeah, we were onto some fuck shit, like, back then. What? Is your husband misbehaving at home? Did this guy come back from World War One? Well, was it World War One? I don't know. Did this guy come back from a horrible military thing, or it caused an accident and gave him PTSD? Let's just take a chisel into his brain. Jesus Christ.
But still, he was fascinated. Never had he met a species that was capable of surviving a brain injury, and surely not one to this magnitude.
Yeah.
Any species other than a human would have perished on the instant. The shock of such a trauma alone would have been enough to kill. But instead, the human's brain had shut down the pain and calmed the human, even despite the damage.
Yeah, shock when you hear about it and see how it's depicted. When you see how it's depicted in like fantastical stuff, let's say like someone like actually gets their arm cut off. YouTube, this is just a fictional example. None of this is real, okay? But when someone gets like their arm cut off in like let's say a game, and you're actually like seeing a depiction of shock taking place, they look almost distant. The eyes almost look distant. Then they start focusing on other subjects, like they look at their arm and they're kind of looking at it like almost as if the arm is still there, and they're just kind of staring off into space, and then they move on to like another topic, like, hey dude, you got like the one with the chopped off arm is gonna go like, hey dude, can you like fix your shirt? It's really bothering me. Seriously, apparently that's a thing that happens during shock, and I can see why it would do that, but it's honestly fascinating.
After treating the wound, Krill had performed a complex surgery to remove the object. The amount of brain damage would have been extensive in any other species, but the ship's medics seemed relieved upon seeing the images. The eye socket had been broken, the eye had been mutilated.
Okay, yeah, that's goodbye to that eye. That's not gonna regenerate.
The nerve had been severed.
Oh, yep, that's done.
The human would lose use of that eye.
Yeah.
But that didn't seem to bother the human. It was already functioning with a robotic leg.
Oh.
Who would have thought the stories were true? Who would have thought he would be shipping off with a group of humans in the next week? Who would have thought the ability of a human to survive traumatic brain injury?
Oh my god, I love this stuff. Do you guys think we should do more of this? This is really curious. Like, humans and what we do from the viewpoint of someone that isn't human. Right? Oh my god, this is hilarious, bro. Humans are weird. Cliff jumping. I cannot. We should. Oh man. I want to do more of this. Like maybe by the end of the week, we'll review a different video tomorrow. So far, like I'll clear more tabs here, but we can't just end this tab on this note. This is too good, man. Oh my god! I'm sorry guys that I couldn't resist clicking on a third video. This stuff is just all too fun and fascinating to me. Oh my god! Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Auditory enjoyed, like from what you can hear, I've enjoyed the entire video all throughout. Right? The storytelling, the shock, the sheer shock of like the whatever doctors that aren't human are experiencing. What? Like imagine you meet this. Imagine you encounter like a human boarding onto your ship, like in need of medical assistance, and the injury you see is just so culturally shocking because in terms of your the world and how you as a species function separate from humans, right? It's like that injury you just heard about, this walking talking human sustain walking into your emergency room would have just killed any other member of the species that you're part of. But now this human is walking around with like 6 broken rib cages, and they're slowly dying of a punctured lung. But like the fact that they can even survive with that and bounce back from it is ridiculous. It's just absurd. Or maybe they're not even I don't know, man. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been an absolutely fun watch. This has been Ephemeros, and hey, I really need your guys' feedback. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of this. Was this fun for you guys? Was it interesting? Did this also pique your curiosity like it did mine? And did you enjoy the little storytelling stuff that we encountered along the way? Well, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. So that was really fun.